So I went out this rising, got me some new like lotion and stuff, got me a new wig. You know, just a couple things that I haven't bought in a long time. And yeah, I'll call myself about to get dressed in a second. But before I do, I want to do finish up some of these cards so I can get them off the kitchen table. Yeah, before tourists come home under mind control and act stupid again. So let's go ahead and pull some of these cards, okay? So I don't know why everybody's so mad at me because people been trying to hide the fact that they running amok in my kingdom for the past 20 years or so. I don't know why people mad at me because I'm exposing the people that they bringing back from the dead and turning into tarot readers and taking shit from my head and put it in theirs instead. I can't help that. I can't help that God got me on a different time watch than these people that think that they overthrowing or taking something. I can't help that. Okay? I can't help that. I think it's the God in me that got these people so irritated. You know, it's almost like that point where these people are preparing something or they feel like there's some kind of heist or hijack or something like this. But again, these people don't have the skills that it takes. So you're basically just handing over the nation of the world in the hands of criminals, crooks, dead people, and things like this. I can't help that that's what you think you're doing, that you think you smiting me because I'm going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm going to be all right. I'm going to get everything back that belongs to me. And that's just what it is. And I'm going to call people out until I do. So, I mean, I don't know what else to tell nobody. I can't help that there was a big gap in something, that I was left out of something. I don't know what's wrong with these people. Okay? Because I ain't did none of these people. I'm very much a fair and balanced person. So I can't help it that they about to be mad. I'm not about to be mad. I'll tell you that much. People think that they can do whatever they want to do. You can't just do whatever you want to do. You don't have what it takes. And so if people want to ruin the world or ruin the nation, then that's what they can do. It's not gonna do nothing it's not gonna do nothing to me. All right? So something about a gateway energy or whatever like. Like I said, these people thinking they pulling the wool over my eyes. All I need to do is identify that. You, that's what you're doing. It's an abomination. And so again, I don't give a care if God bombed the nation. Like it's just whatever it is to me. You know, I don't care at the end of the day. Okay? So we got somebody's trying to block somebody's blessings here. Like I see what you're doing already. Like if we playing a game, play the game. Why you trying to act like I can't make no moves on the board? That don't make no sense. Something about skill here with Child Protective Services. Reports welfare investigation. Somebody could be doing something like this. This may be, these are people that have kidnapped other people's children. These are people who have done invasive procedures on people to remove body parts and traffic them. And they're talking about calling CPS on somebody? Are you serious? These are people that have came into possibly my home, and raided my womb, and took my children and left behind theirs. What is wrong with these people? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like Cosmic Royal and Neek at Night. And many of these celebrities. I'm not, I'm just now getting on. It's almost like I'm not the one that feel like I need to be in a battle with somebody, but I got to do everything I can to stop them from seeing. You know? I'm not the one that's trying to steal somebody's royal lineage because I ain't got royal in my DNA. I'm not the one. So again, these people are We got new addition to the family in reverse. Okay, somebody might be trying to come into your family as a third party. They may be using skill to do so. Or they wanted to reduce segment so that they can bring somebody else in the family, but it's probably not going to happen. Same shit, different day. Yeah, basically. I'm not, it's not me that's upset. Okay, it's not me that's the bigot. I just speak the truth. I'm mad. I ain't mad at you. You don't care about what I'm saying. You don't have to listen, but that's what I'm saying. That's the problem is that that's what they doing. We got a girl fight here. Okay? Arguments, something going on here. Okay, with some girls. Probably over some dude or something. I'm not the one feel like I gotta hold people hostage or I have to stop people from living their life in order to beat them or trample over them. I'm not the one that's being a betrayer and a treasonous murderer towards my wife or my spouse. We got hitman in reverse. Like I said, somebody unfazed around here. Maybe raise your hand if it's you. Ain't my fault I can't trust none of you motherfuckers. Ain't my fault that people think that they building something that's supposed to be structured and you letting any and everybody in there and you don't know what you're doing and now everything is going to haywire because everybody want to run the world or everybody want to be the boss. When the world is the one that's supposed to be running these motherfuckers, you crazy. Well, nobody's supposed to be running nobody, first of all. But if you're trying to run me, you're going to get ran off the road. Yeah, we got strangers coming up against you, second energy. All right, let's see what comes up with this skill with Lou, or whatever with the skill. Somebody could be trying to create a narrative or a maze. This is almost like everything was taken from me, but they got this masculine energy that's in the version of my husband going around here acting like I took something from them. That shit is crazy. And again, something is played out, or somebody could be saying something is played out. You know, these people don't listen. You know, I feel like if this is what's going on, this is a war or this is kind of battle or something like this, why are you not letting the people? I know I done slain many of these people, so why are they still in my face? Take them off the board. You know what I'm saying? We got you are a warrior on the go with Thoth. So this might be more about fighting, like a physical fight or a war instead of like skill. Like these people have already done something here. Yeah, so we got Apollo with inquiry. Somebody is clout chasing. It's not my fault I found out one of your girlfriends, one of your so-called baby mamas or your co-workers is doing something that's totally illegal and something that goes against biblical, ethical, universal, Mayat, the laws of anything. I can't help it that I caught her doing that and now she got to lose her head. I can't help that. A deal going wrong, okay? And somebody might be going the wrong way by trying to dig into somebody's information or intellectual property as they wish. You're not going to get away with it. You're not going to get away with it. It ain't my fault that I just seen a new tarot reader come in my feed and it happened to be my spouse's uncle that's supposed to passed away about 15 more years ago. And I know that that's him. So again, this is this underground energy here possibly. Okay? And that, again, these bloodlines may have crossed paths at some point in time in history. So that we may be having some type of kinship to each other. But they still don't have no claim to my throne because I'm the only sole heir left to that throne. You know, that's what I'm saying. These people are stupid. You went the wrong way when you went trying to block me from being able to see what you're doing. Somebody is in fear. They may be running from somebody or running from you. Okay? Somebody could be saying that you're doing child neglect, but that's not true. Somebody that's angry. Somebody's angry because you called them out and they about to lose their job or lose their standing, lose their hands. They're going to get up on the cross. They're going to be the ones that's going to be being torn in 3 and 4 different places, like the horses on the Levi jeans, like they tried to do to me. And they're mad. These people ain't shit. Okay? 9 times out of 10, some of these children they're trying to take belong to these people anyway. I mean, what are you doing? You took my children because they have a royal lineage because there's probably some type of royalties that come with them. That's why you did it. So who is the royal bloodline? If I'm the one that everybody's picking and prodding and poking and plucking from, plucking my feathers or whatever you're doing, who is the one with the royal lineage? You know what I'm saying? If you got better holes than me, why do you need me for energetic transfer or for people to rub on my coattail? Why don't they, if these bitches is all that, why don't you take them bitches and go let them rub on their coattail? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. We got to get out of it. We got property theft, this gateway. Yeah, it's not my fault that I know that there's something special about my DNA and that these people are trying to take my children so they can secure their future in a nation that's not going to exist because you're doing it wrong. It's not my fault that somebody lacks leadership. And this shit is not no magical gifts. Y'all taking something from the sun and from my energy or my masculine, and you're using it, try to do something to populate the earth, or you're doing it in something in a science lab to you're doing something in a science lab or something in order to create something. You're doing something with technology to try to act like you're doing something awesome. All somebody had to do is get rid of some of these facilities that you operating out of, and you won't have nothing. And that's exactly what I would say they would do. They should do. What would it benefit me? I'm not connected to anything that's helping me excel. If anything, whatever they're doing is trying to block people like me. So I don't care. Somebody trying to cover up a crime here. Hiding. It's not my fault that I found out that it was Nelkas that was trapping up their own family members and taking the babies from their wombs and slapping them out and giving them to other people and worshiping idols and offering them up to idols. It's not my fault that I found out that we was killing each other more than so-called white men and police put together in the hood. And that the people, some of the people in the hood ain't even your people, but you tend to graft yourself onto them or go towards them instead of the person that came to pull you out of it that you want to attack. It's not my fault that you thought you was doing something smart and now you see you real stupid. It ain't my fault that somebody went out there and want to listen to other females other than their wife because they was in their feelings about something and let these bitches get too close into the family business and tear the shit apart. And now I got to stand my ground on this other side where you placed me, where you drew the line. We got individual efforts and solo moves, and now I got to make individual efforts and solo moves. Even though this person might be still around. Lord. It ain't my fault everybody gonna realize the truth, or they already been knew the truth the whole time, but they want to do it their way. And so now this is what you get. It's not my fault that you got this broomstick you want to sweep me away and this whip and it don't work on me. It ain't my fault that everything about to change to what it's supposed to be. That you try to make it seem like it's me or my whole family. Maybe it is, but it ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't have nothing to do with what these people saying or doing. We got Gemini, Pisces, Cancer energy here. Maybe even Aries or Capricorn. It ain't my fault that you trying to take something and turn it into a fun house. And you thought that that was going to ruin somebody or end somebody. And it's not. Or their legacy. It ain't my fault that I still know what a little bit of something what belongs to me. And that, again, all I got to do is catch a couple tigers by a toe to get it back to me. It ain't my fault that these people want to use this 23andMe energy to continue to nibble at my cords or nibble at whatever fabrics of my life because this bitch don't like herself. It because they want to be me. It ain't my fault that somebody made my stuff public and now 100 bitches want to be me and they allowing them to try it, but they won't exceed. Coffin in reverse. It ain't my fault somebody thought that it was many other fishes in the sea. They might even be happier with one of them than me. But they blocking me from growth or finding somebody that fit me. It ain't my fault that I'm a paramount energy or the mountainous energy that's on the individual level here. This 21 energy, okay? It It ain't my fault that I really care about my twin flame, and it is gonna take him to tell me to my face that he don't want to fuck with me. It ain't my fault that these people that thought that they was about to kill me ain't gonna be able to make it here. Even if they think they already did, you want to be dropped back down. It's a catch-22 or a double-edged sword. It ain't my fault that 23 and me is about to be, yeah, somebody might still see this person in an upright position, but that they ain't gonna have that job much longer. That ain't my fault. It ain't my fault that somebody tried to choose other fish over the sun and the sun is still shining. It ain't my fault that these people think that ain't no sunshine when she gone or once you let her go. And I'm thinking, what? Me? Because myself is still here. I don't feel no different. No, somebody was not, somebody fooled y'all to make you think that they was bringing something into my life. It ain't my fault that these people refused. They wanted to give this privileged lady to these other fish in the sea, but their privilege is about to be revoked because they're not the mountainous energy, because they're not that child. It ain't my fault that the Empress have this sheath on in her sleeve and she can use it as she please. And so people want to do underhanded things. So I'm guessing that she can do these things too. Okay? Or the fact that they can't cut this energy off. That's why it's in reverse. This J energy. Whoever's name starts with a J can't cut off this Empress energy. This Emperor/Empress. It ain't my fault that this Empress/Emperor energy, this mountainous energy is still a star. Because these stars thought that somebody had to make it through them, but she made them. So what the fuck do you mean? Okay? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. I just heard, I am your father. All right? I can't help it that my masculine, that somebody pulled this person to the side and gave them the heads up that they could hijack my whole life and my whole destiny and my whole livelihood. And somebody took the offer possibly. And then they tried to become the Empress. In the world card, somebody tried to be the apple of the father's eye. But I feel like it ain't my fault that, segment is, the reduction is in reverse. So either that's that somebody don't want to be reduced, or that they're not going to be able to take me to a lower vibrating level here. What we have on the top of the deck? We have the Empress. Yep, here she go again. It ain't my fault that that segment is going to be able to be the big cat this time and going to be able to sit back and be the big cat. That somebody lied on somebody about sexual encounters, relationships, friendships that I never had, relationships with parents and stuff that I never met. It ain't my fault that these are strangers coming against me so everybody can get it and everybody still gonna have to take the knee. It ain't my fault that whatever the fuck Biden did, sign something with Mexico back a couple months ago, that shit might have been a big mistake, but somebody was in the honeymoon phase when they did it. It ain't my fault that somebody want me to think that my best friend is one of my worst enemies. All right? And my spouse and all my cousins and all my fake sisters and all the other people that I brought in and put on. You know what I'm saying? It ain't my fault that these people tried to leave me and my child out in the cold. But somebody else is about to get left out in the cold. Okay? This Cosmic Royal, because she thinks she's London brand. Okay? Or London breed. All right? Also, it ain't my fault that people are still holding men in high honor. That's a King of Pentacles energy because they got money that would leave their child and their woman out in the cold like this for some thought bitch and break the heart of their wife and their child. Okay? Or somebody else did this and now this King of Pentacles is showing back up. It ain't my fault that a King of Pentacles rather not give his wife and treat his wife and let her shine like the rest of the stars or the rest, because I could say it might be the rest of the stars. I ain't saying none of these people ain't stars. I'm just saying it ain't my fault that you got to try to squash me so that you can make it there. Okay? It ain't my fault that this Cosmic Royal energy is a murderer in these things right here and a fake foster parent that's really a child trafficker. Whether it's for the good team or the bad team. I don't know. It ain't my fault that she about to end up in jail. Okay? It ain't my fault that I'm still a star. Okay? It ain't your fault that these people is not going to be victorious with whatever this plan is. Because God said. Okay? That somebody's sitting back watching these people. Okay? It ain't my fault that somebody with this skill energy and saying that something is played out, okay? But it's not really burdensome for you, so you can keep on moving, okay? You're going to keep on working, okay? In the upright or righteous manner here, all right? It ain't my fault that somebody that just tried to deny your cup wants your cup now because they see that you may have some skills or something that they could use. It ain't my fault that these people was using black magic. What is this? With thought and wisdom, the warrior on the go. It ain't my fault that these people was using black magic on somebody to hold them back, thinking that they don't have no support on this planet, this world, or with no God. It ain't my fault that they don't believe in a higher power, even if it's within themselves, that they got to gang up by the thousands to bully and poke and prod and harm a innocent woman. It ain't my fault that these people is liars. So you can't even trust the people on your team because God didn't make it that way. He made for two people to rule a kingdom together, but somebody chose to get people to gang up with them against their person or their wife or a woman. It ain't my fault that these people using chariot in reverse energy, some underground shit, some private military, some secret militias to come and do harmful things to their wife and their child. And they act like if this person's still alive, they acting like they can't get through some kind of barrier to come in to do something to protect them. Okay? It ain't my fault that somebody had the Queen of Swords the whole time, but they settled for one in the reverse. It ain't my fault that Diablo is overstepping, okay? And this Candelaria magic, and whoever these people are, is overstepping. And they about to have to step the fuck down. It ain't my fault that they about to lose their Ace of Cups, so they scrambling, trying to see how they can get back in touch with the chosen one. Because I'm the one that got the keys to the gate, to the geach. And I can pull all those and bind them down to the pits of hell that ran ahead of me and try to take my place. It ain't my fault that the seven kingdoms supposed to be mine. It ain't my fault that people just nosy as hell. Okay, I want to know if it's still up, and it is. Okay, because these people is going the wrong way if they think they're going to overthrow somebody over here, that this deal is going bad, and that somebody is chasing clout. A privileged lady in reverse is chasing clout when it comes to this kingdom. It ain't my fault that somebody's inquiring if a mother and a child is still out in the cold, but they're not, possibly. It ain't my fault that there's a Two of Cups energy right here, where somebody needs to get close to you to get your heirs, and so you can't discern sometimes. But maybe this is a favor for God here. That's why this person was able to do it to a certain level or to a certain extent. It ain't my fault that because these people are stealing my heirs or stealing my grapes or stealing my essence or stealing my eggs and doing scientific whatever they're doing on people like me, that their wheel of fortune is about to be in reverse. It ain't my fault that somebody thought that someone was a Nine of Pentacles, and so they made this Nine of Pentacles privileged lady in reverse. They try to put them in my spot, and it ain't working out. It ain't my fault that this person is manipulative as hell, so nobody can't get no work done, and now everybody mad at these two and want to take off the head of a Maria Antoinette and a Louis. It ain't my fault that this gonna be what's gonna end these people's life, whether it be genocide or otherwise. Who is this running because they fear? Somebody that tried to block the door to value and make God jump over some obstacles to get back into her home or get back into heaven. That binded and blinded somebody so that they could miss out on opportunity to move through or move forward with their finances or with their Ace of Pentacles. It ain't my fault that this Two of Swords is also the King of Pentacles here or the King of Cups. Okay? If the man ain't showed up for her to be in this energy, she can embody this energy too. It ain't my fault that there ain't no special training to get that shit is already in me. It ain't my fault that this blue man that might be sad and blue because they did this shit for so long, that somebody might be mad now and they want to block something because they feel like they still care about your energy, or you genuine and the bitches they be with is plastic. It ain't my fault that somebody see you as the Queen of Cups right now because everybody is ready to be some kind of distraction or something, and I'm trying to bust up out of this shit. Okay? It ain't my fault that somebody chose Mexico over America, and that's where they about to go. All right? Yeah, somebody might be sad about this, okay? What is it? Child neglect. It ain't my fault that I ain't never neglected my children. It ain't my fault that I'm not an ain't shit type of motherfucker. It ain't my fault that, passion of Christ means the anger of Christ, for realizing how many times somebody laid their life on the line for these ungrateful motherfuckers. You hear me? It ain't my fault that somebody ain't shit. They'd rather be in a same-sex relationship, but instead of just going that route and coming out to the world, that they'll drag and dog a good woman. It ain't my fault that somebody about to find out that this good woman is King David, or the son of David at least. It ain't my fault that God see that this person is still a high priestess in the upright. Okay? Why they tried to say that somebody was doing magic and doing drugs and doing all this shit that they do. It ain't my fault that these people can't stalk nobody no more, because somebody find out that they was lying, having a reason to stalk this person so they can take stuff from them. Property theft. What kind of property theft? Burglary, robbery, grand theft, purse snatching. So this is bags that belong to you, inheritance that's coming to you, somebody taking these things, doing some kind of doctoring up documents or whatever to take it. Your intellectual property. It ain't my fault that there's a code on my name that anybody that break it will never be the fucking same. They'll be slain. It ain't my fault that these motherfuckers getting caught. Okay? We got pickpockets. It ain't my fault that people tried to go behind my back and then put their hands together and put them in my pocket when I couldn't see that. Yeah. It ain't my fault that motherfuckers copywriting all day, taking my messages or whatever that hate me and using it to try to turn it against me in a court of law, under oath. Woo. Let's see. Sheila and the Gig. Gateways. So it ain't my fault that gateways and shit about to be shutting down and people about to be stuck where they at and they ain't gonna be able to take the things that they thought they stole. It ain't my fault that I ain't never juggled on myself ever in my motherfucking life, even though other motherfuckers do that to themselves all the time and to other people. It ain't my fault that when God brought me into this energy, I was able to talk to my person, my spouse, or whatever, if that's what it really is. I don't know what they did on paper. And then I really already know that I'm the big dog, and I really was just being nice. And I'm really the one that should be running around here with some holes on my arm. Even if it's some dudes. You know what I'm saying? It ain't my fault that that's the way I see it. It ain't my fault that these people ain't going to be able to pierce nobody no more to get into some gateways and block me from them as soon as they get in. It ain't my fault that these men got with women over and over again with the past 20 to 40 years or so. And they went and took fruit from the tree of life. And now they in reverse when they think they're going to go into this new world order or this new kingdom. And I'm not really even thinking about it no more. It ain't my fault that they didn't know that there was some people in the up on high that's righteous that been watching this the same time that they've been having their people in the reverse coming in and do this shit. It ain't my fault that you can't put nobody in jail. It's a shame that you've been able to put somebody in a mental prison or some other place where they couldn't have clarity in their own life to make decisions. It ain't my fault that somebody's intelligent and you had to make it seem like they was a dummy or something like this so you could try to run circles around them and keep them in some type of imprisonment. It ain't my fault that it's written that these people that did this to somebody can't pass through the damn threshold, and it means that they're going to be bound forever. It ain't my fault that I'm the motherfucker that's going to be able to balance this shit out like I told you already when you thought you was overrunning and knocking me down and crawling on my back and running past me towards the finish line. That's mine. It ain't my fault that God gave me an ace of cups and you motherfuckers didn't have one. It ain't my fault that God see me as a queen of cups energy. Okay? And that somebody wants somebody back or possibly want me back, but they just don't want to say it publicly or they just don't want to say it to me. It ain't my fault that somebody trying to play Zeus or the big boss, but they don't have no leadership skills. So they got to try to make it seem like I don't either. It ain't my fault that people see you in your glory, even when you don't have much to your name, and they still want to cock block. They still don't want to give you your little portion that they owe you. It ain't my fault that people made themselves a queen by stealing from a queen, and now you're going to be paying taxes, and now you're going to have to pay it back, and now, somebody need protection from you. It ain't my fault that ain't no same-sex situations. If God is starting all over, what the hell will he be doing with two men? Except for these people will want to go out and steal babies from other people's wombs and cause trauma to them, especially now that some of us can see on these other two worlds or dimensions. And they don't have anything set up for that. What you gonna have set up for that? Because I'm a whole God energy. I'm kind of understanding. It's really not, you know what I'm saying, traumatizing to me. What you think you done to me, even though it kind of is. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't no, you know, I alchemize the energy. That's what it ain't my fault that y'all don't know what an alchemist is. That you look at it as cold-hearted, or that somebody need to get healing, because that's you regular motherfuckers, not me. I don't know. It's not my fault that these people ran out of their community or something like this, or ran off and killed themselves or something like this, and then now they right back having to do the shit all over again. It ain't my fault that we got the, you know, we got the Six of Pentacles in reverse, where somebody gonna have to pay the shit back, because ain't nobody going nowhere out without their money. It ain't my fault that I don't give a fuck how they didn't think about how they stole it. They didn't think about how they blocked this masculine. They didn't think about how they should have just offered up the masculine, and all this shit would have been done with a long time ago, but you want to start a war. It ain't my fault that these people that somebody was parting with, they shit off balance now. It ain't my fault that all these people work together here, and that I still can see that this cosmic royal and a couple of these other people is about to be in the reverse, because they all about to be sick because they passing around some shit. It ain't my fault that they liars. It ain't that my fault that they wanted to erase God or the son of David or King David from the equation. It ain't my fault that I'm about to get justice for it, because somebody is still a star card energy here. That the fact that you try to take away lovers and stuff like this didn't faze nobody, because somebody is in a whole high priestess energy anyway, that's worried about getting her kingdom back and bringing a tower to anybody that get in the way. Why did I just hear Pat say Jack? What is that? Is that Jeopardy? It ain't my fault that I came here not to give up, to let you motherfuckers run amok and then come back and have to clean it up. It ain't my fault that somebody tried to do the Ten of Swords several times and I'm still here after you said I'll be gone. It ain't my fault that I can see when a motherfucker lying and stealing, but want to bring the judgment or the recompense on the head of the person that's innocent, like that shit is ever going to win. Boy, I tell you, it ain't my fault that there's a Taurus Hierophant energy that wanted my place, and now they're in the reverse, and they probably feel like a disgrace. It ain't my fault that they tried to change my identity. And now somebody might be on high that might be upset about this because somebody tried to take this shit all the way to the top. You hear me? To run somebody off their spot. But somebody ain't going nowhere. All right? It ain't my fault that I ain't not no robot and I'm not going to be in defense mode because you want me to be. It ain't my fault that a lot of King of Pentacles about to lose some money or have to pay me my fucking money. It ain't my fault that that feel good and it's not burdensome to me. It ain't my fault that I've been in the energy of the Wheel of Fortune almost all my life, knowing that I was fortunate. And now these people, it's going to be their turn. Because they chose to take up crafty counsel against somebody that they didn't need to. And they chose to steal my DNA and my essence here. And make these lilies or whatever and place them out in a garden. To try to entice this man to not want the Queen Sheba again. And so somebody still can't let somebody go after all the pretty women in the world. It ain't my fault that you can't trick me into taking a leap of faith. What the fuck do you think this is? The only person at this point in time I'm having a leap of faith with is God. So, you know, and there's no confusion in that. All right? I ain't my fault that you ain't gonna come around here with no little shit that you gonna say and get me fighting over some cheese like a hood rat. It ain't my fault that you trying to change cups, but you need that. Okay, here I come. Yeah, hold on a second. Ain't my fault you told Harpo to beat me after I said that. It ain't my fault that you got these fucked up